art tour. I have reconstructed, remade my last installment, and I'd like to, if anybody would like to come and hear where I'm at right now, I'm going to do a free art tour right now. So if you want to just come on in, and we're going to just want to welcome you to the free art tour. This has gone on pretty much every day for the last 3 or 4 months, where I take people on a free art tour of art that I've created. And what happened was, last time I was here, I created all this art, and I wanted to, I just didn't like where it was. I didn't like what it was saying about me. I didn't like that people didn't like it. Not that I care what people think, because I don't care. I want to come in here. Most people think that the art begins here, but actually it begins right here. I actually created a pipe to not only let water fall off the roof, but also I was inspired by this. There's a Japanese brand of water, I think, called Fudokan. And what they do is they create a brand new raft out of wood that's never been used before from this one specific village. And they go out on this raft, and they go out into the water, and they look and they kill every single baby seal that they've ever seen. And it's inspired by Fudokan. It's not Fudokan water, because I can't afford that. It's probably more Poland Spring, which is the Fudokan of the East, as they call it in the West. Now, as you probably remember, I had a specific motif last time, and here, what I wanted to do much more was think about things angularly. I was using a lot of work with protractors. I was taking a protractor and saying, oh, what angle is that? And people would be like, oh, I don't know, but I had gotten so good that I could look at something and tell you exactly what the angle was, as long as it was less than 180 degrees. And, well, 180 degrees I knew too, because that was like a line. But what I did was I took a lot of this stuff and I wanted to go more angular. But of course, I'm maintaining old motifs. Everyone thinks these are diamond rings, but what they actually are empty people with no heads. Well, they have a head, but they're empty people. And I was going to try to show that even though with angular things, where things are filled in, the negative space, use of negative space is really important. And this is an outline of Rocky Marciano. If you can get a good look at this, Rocky Marciano, when Rocky Marciano won the World Heavyweight Championship, he bought his dad a bocce pit made of crushed oyster shells. And I think the interesting thing about that is my dad doesn't play bocce, and that's why I never became a boxer. And that's what that represents for me. This reminded me always of a club I used to go to in Saskatchewan, in Manitoba. It was called the Crazy Silver Seven. And so I wanted people to walk by there and say, hey, I probably have never been to Manitoba, but it looks like the Crazy Silver Seven. Once again, you have the dad. Once again, the dad bookending, bookshelf. But in between, you have a hand. And we all know what hands represent. Hands represent not only grabbing, but also pulling and sometimes pushing. And hands, you can put things in, and hands, you can also lift things up. And I think that's where I wanted to put those two in between. I wanted to put the hand in between, because not only in terms of boxing where you use hands, but hands also have fingers, and they can point, and they can move the things. So as you can kind of see, we're kind of coming through, I mean, still very angular, which last time was much more cyclical, much more circular, but you can see it keep coming back. There's a lot of circles that keep returning. You can't ever truly leave circles. I mean, we're caught in so many circles. We're caught in a lot of circular cages that we can't actually escape. Over here, this one I used to be inspired by this. I don't remember what his name was, but there was some kind of superhero that had like a mask, but he had like 2 X's for eyes. It was like this eye mask character. And I really thought that he actually lived in my neighborhood when I was a kid. You know what I mean? I thought he lived like nearby. And so I kind of wanted to like do an homage to him. I called him No Face Man. And I thought that would be, I don't know, I really thought that needed to be a place here, because I didn't have enough, in some ways, representing my youth as my being a child, but at the same time, being a no-face superhero is exactly what a superhero is supposed to be. And here we have this culture where everyone has a face. We see people's faces on People magazine, but the real heroes are the ones who don't have a face, or we don't see doing what they're doing. But feel free to take some pictures.